Well, good evening, everyone. This is Mike Bass back again with another forecast update for you for this August the 6th, 2025. I hope everybody had a great Wednesday out there so far. Everybody has a great Wednesday evening. Hope everybody continues to stay safe and well and also enjoy the weather because it's the only weather you got. Okay, in tonight's video, we're going to be taking a look at the tropics in the lower 48. And first, we're going to start off with Tropical Storm Dexter. You can see Dexter continue to push away from the region. Here's St. John's Island. That will continue to push away. So we can say goodbye to Dexter. We're still watching this system here off the southeast coast. Right now, where it was 40%, it dropped it back to a 30% chance. Still could develop into something as it continue to race kind of the same track as Dexter. Then the system over here in the central tropical Atlantic, that still has about a 60% chance of development. So this may become Aaron sometime, maybe late week or this weekend. And also this system here still could become something, but like I said, if it follows the same track as Dexter, it probably won't become nothing because Dexter's and kind of stirred up the waters in that area there. May not become nothing. So, but we'll continue to monitor that and see if anything comes out of it or anything. But we'll continue to monitor it. We got scattered activity down across South America. Got a little bit down in the southwestern Caribbean Sea. Also got some over our southeastern Caribbean Sea, right along the Central American coast. And there goes another tropical system here, moving out into the west toward the Central Pacific Ocean. Here's another system here, needs to be monitored for more developments here as that system continue to push west towards behind this first tropical system here out in the Central Tropical Atlantic. We got some scattered activity over the Yucatan Peninsula, also into Mexico, across the Gulf, Cuba, Dominican Republic, Cuba, the Bahamas, Florida, off the southeast coast, into portions of Georgia, a little bit in eastern North Carolina. Got more activity from northern Virginia all the way into portions of New Hampshire, Vermont, Maine area. Also in the portion of, also got some over here in portions of Missouri, up in the portion of Illinois, also Indiana. Illinois, into Wisconsin and Minnesota, excuse me, and more activity over portions of Colorado, and then over here toward Northern California, over towards Washington, Oregon, Idaho, and Montana regions as well. Alright, if you have not subscribed to my channel, make sure you subscribe, also like these videos, share these videos, and let's continue to get the show on the road here, folks. Alright, you can see here we got your Thursday forecast. You can see we got some critical fire weather in the portions of Nevada, Utah, Colorado, and Wyoming. Got some mixed precipitation finally back on the board over here in portion of Wyoming, Idaho, and Montana. Got some severe weather through Montana, the North and South Dakota, and also in the portions of Minnesota. Then we got thunderstorms and showers along the southern Canadian region, stretching from Washington, Oregon State to Idaho to South Dakota, Minnesota, Lake Huron, Lake Superior to Michigan to Indiana, Illinois, Ohio, portions of Ohio, also in the portion of Pennsylvania to Virginia to the Carolina coastal waters, Florida Keys, back to the northern Gulf to southeast Texas, back into Tennessee. Got some scattered activity over here in Mexico, the ports of Arizona, New Mexico, Kansas, Missouri areas as well. And then more activity from New York State up in the portions of Maine and New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts, Rhode Island, and Connecticut regions also. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Thursday. Alright, here's a look at your Friday forecast. You can see we've got some mixed precipitation in Montana, portion of Idaho, and Wyoming. Severe weather from Nebraska through South Dakota, North Dakota, Minnesota, northwestern Iowa region as well. Shower activity over across southwestern Canada. Thunderstorms and showers for South Canada, stretching into Montana to Wyoming to Nebraska to Iowa to Minnesota, southeast Canada, around Lake Huron, Lake Superior, Michigan region, over toward New York State, portion of Maine, New Hampshire, Vermont, Massachusetts. Then a little bit of scattered activity over here in portion of Arkansas, eastern Texas. More activity over here in areas of New Mexico, West Texas, and Arizona, southern Arizona, the portion of northern Mexico. Also, we got Texas to the Carolinas, Virginia, Florida region, Atlantic coastal waters, northern Gulf included in this as well. Otherwise, expect dry high pressure to remain in charge of your local forecast area for your Friday. Alright, let's move on to the current watches warning advisory map. You're located across the nation. Alrighty, as you can see here, we got some air quality alerts still in effect for northeast Minnesota, northern Michigan, portions of southeast Michigan, northern Illinois, Wisconsin, northeast areas of Illinois, also northern Michigan, like I say, and also portion of Pennsylvania through New York State, over toward New Hampshire, Vermont, and also over towards the coastal areas of DC, Delaware area. Flood watches in effect, flood advisories and flash flood warnings also in effect for southern Virginia, eastern North Carolina. Also got more flood watches over South Georgia, southeast Alabama, and also we got some let me see what we got here. Extreme weather watches in effect for portions of northern Wisconsin. Also we got heat advisories in portions of Nebraska, Kansas, Oklahoma, Texas, portion of Arkansas, West Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, also Southern California, portion of Colorado. Red flag warnings still remain in effect for Wyoming, Colorado, Utah, and also a portion of Nevada and a couple counties in Idaho. Sensitive heat warnings in effect for you guys in Southern California, southern areas and central areas of Arizona, and southern Nevada regions also. Got some flood advisories up here in portions of North and South Dakota, a little bit in portions of Iowa region as well, and also in the portions of Kentucky. Small craft advisory, gale warning from up here near the DC, Delaware area to the Outer Banks of North Carolina, Southern California to the Oregon coast. Hawaiian Chain Island look good, some around the Alaska region with some small craft advisory, and red flag warnings to the south and east. Alright, let's move on to the Storm Prediction Center outlook. This is for your Thursday. We have an enhanced risk over North Dakota, slight risk stretching from Montana to South Dakota, portions North Dakota, and also portions of Minnesota, then from portion of Idaho to Montana, down toward Nebraska to areas of Illinois up to northern Michigan, and also Minnesota. Marginal risk, general thunderstorms up here around the Watertown area and Burlington, and then from Raleigh to Fort Myers, to Tampa, to Brownsville, Texas, to Bowling Green, to Detroit, to Kansas City, over toward Albuquerque, over toward Spokane, Washington. Just general thunderstorm for you guys. Tornado probability, we have 5 and 2% up here in the Dakotas and Minnesota. Damaging winds look like this. There's that damaging wind threat over portions of North Dakota. That's wind gusts up to 80 miles per hour possible in that area. Then we have a 15% elsewhere in the yellow, and then in the brown we have a 5% risk for severe weather, damaging winds that is, and large hail looks like this. The largest hail looks to be over North Dakota, maybe a little bit in northern South Dakota, then 15% from Montana over to north and South Dakota, 5% elsewhere over here in the Midwest, also up around Marquette, Michigan, down toward La Crosse areas of Wisconsin. Alright, let's move on to day number 3, and we're going to take a look at the outlook for it. And it's going to look something like this here. Okay, we got enhanced risk up here in portions of the Dakotas, also portion of Minnesota, slight risk there as well, stretching to Nebraska, then from North Dakota down to Nebraska, all the way over toward northern areas of Wisconsin. Got some marginal risk there as well. General thunderstorm from Montana to New Mexico to Texas, from southeast Texas to Florida to the Carolinas up to Virginia, and also a little bit in portion of New York State into portion of Maine. Probability is going to look like this: 5, 15, and 30% risk area for severe weather in this area here in the upper Midwest. Alright, now let's move on to the tropics. And it's going to look something like this. Here's Dexter. Continue to pull away from the region. If you're tracking it at home, it's located near latitude 40.0 north, longitude 56.3 west. Movement is to the east-northeast at 16 miles an hour. Minimum central pressure is 999 millibars, and the maximum sustained winds are at 50 miles per hour with higher gusts. Alright, here's that system here that was located off the southeast coast, which you can see where it could develop anywhere off the mid-Atlantic coast. Weak area low pressure located a few hundred miles off the coast of the southeast U.S. is producing disorganized shower and thunderstorm activity. Some slow tropical, subtropical development is possible over the weekend and early next week, while the system moves generally northward to northeastward, remaining well off the east coast of the United States. Right now it has 0% over the next 2 days and next 7 days, 30%. Alright, let's take a look at this system here in the central tropical Atlantic. Alright, a tropical wave over the eastern tropical Atlantic is producing a large area of disorganized showers and thunderstorms. Environmental conditions are forecast to become generally conducive for gradual development, and a tropical depression could form late this week or early over the weekend, while the system moves to the west-northwest to northwestward across the central tropical Atlantic and subtropical Atlantic as well. 48-hour tropical development, 30%. Same 60% for tropical development in the next 7 days. So, alright, well, I hope everybody enjoyed the video. Make sure you subscribe if you have not. Like these videos, share these videos. We'll catch you back in the next one. So have a wonderful Wednesday evening, folks. Take care and also enjoy the weather, because it's the only weather you got.